Welcome back to MotorMaster Monday. We are here for round 20 of the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season, live from Worldwide Technology Gateway Raceway here on NASCAR Heat 5. 24 cars, 24 super talented NASCAR MotorMaster Series drivers have gathered here for a 90-lap event at Gateway, and they're still rocking and rolling for the most part, have singled out single file here in stage one. We have been lean, mean, clean, and green since the drop of the green flag in this one. No cautions for on-track incidents. And right now we are watching Charles Jackson in the number 66, it's actually Aaron Garcia in the 9 car leading the way. At this time, he's the pole sitter, he's the points leader, he's got 4 wins this season, and he's trying to hold off Landon Jenkins, the youngster in the number 10 Chevy Camaro. He's got 2 wins so far here in the 2023 MotorMaster Series season. I am NASCAR CEO and founder Tyler McMurder, alongside my in-race reporter, the 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion, Alex Tesdall, who's out there driving the number 22 Ford Mustang. Alex, you qualified outside of the top 15. And now I think you've worked your way forward a little bit. How's the race going from your perspective so far?
I'm actually still sitting at 18th. I haven't gone forward or back, but I'm really not trying to push the issue right now. And the car's a little on the tight side, but I set it up that way to try to help on the longer runs.
And you were talking lots with me before we began the broadcast about tire wear potentially being an issue here later on in the final stage, perhaps. How are the tires looking right now? Do you still think it's going to be an issue?
Yeah, the right rear tire getting chewed up a little bit, but not awful. If you're careful, I think it shouldn't be too much.
And 4, we'll let you get back at it. You're having a good battle there with your good friend, Jesse Carlson. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And back up towards the front, it's still Aaron Garcia in the 9, the points leader and pole sitter of this race, leading the way. He's got Landon Jenkins right behind him in second. Strap yourselves in, folks. Kick back, relax, grab a cold can of soda, and enjoy the show. It's round 20 of the 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. It's the 6th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season. 6th calendar year we have hosted a NASCAR MotorMaster Series season in these Xfinity cars on a NASCAR Heat game. Dustin Hardy in the 44 car qualified 3rd for this race, has dropped back outside of the top 5, but now we actually just soldier back past the 07 of Dustin Franklin to take over 5th. It's got Donnie McBride Jr. in the 66 car. There are 2 66 machines on the track for today's race, so it's going to be the 66X of Donnie McBride Jr. for this race. Currently scored in 4th. Just held off a hard charging move on the outside by Dustin Hardy in the 44 car. Now Dustin's got his hands full with Dustin Franklin, 2 Dustins side by side right there. That's Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 sneaking up on both of them. He scored in the 7th position. And low-key, he is always very strong here at Gateway. He always circles a couple of tracks on his calendar before the beginning of every MotorMaster season. And when he does that, Gateway is always one of them. He has won here before at Gateway in the NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series. And he's looking to find the same success here tonight in the MotorMaster Series. Stephen Corley in the 21, Chris Ryan in the 1. They're both inside the top 10. Kevin Tattersall in the 15, just barely outside the top 10, running in the 13th position right now, just behind Ethan Hoekstra in the 68, and just in front of Aiden Cody and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 16 and 61. Great battles all over this racetrack, but more so from about 5th on back. When it comes to the battle for the lead, it's pretty tame, pretty calm. Aaron Garcia with about a 7-car length advantage over Landon Jenkins, and then it's about another 10 car lengths back to Charles Jackson, who's running in 3rd. And then a long way back to Donnie McBride Jr. A long way back to Harold Burden, rather, in the 47, who has kind of driven away from the 2nd group and runs in 4th. Donnie McBride Jr. has slipped back to 5th, but he's got a whole lot of Dustin Hardy right there with him. Oh, and problems for Harold Burden. Big crash over here in turns 1 and 2, and we might see a caution.
And we got a yellow.
Yeah, Stephen Corley in the 21 and the 1 of Chris Ryan, they were both in the top 10 when this happened, and they had nowhere to go. Harold Burden in the 47 car had a strong run going, had driven all the way to 4th, and was driving away from 5th on back, but he hit the apron, Alex, over in turns 1 and 2. It snapped the car around on him in a hurry, and there was nowhere for many of these other drivers to go. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 was involved, the 1 of Chris Ryan, the 21 of Stephen Corley, and a couple of more with some front-end damage. Dustin Hardy in the 44 car has some damage as well. He qualified 3rd. Him and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. both have some front-end damage. They likely will come to pit road for service. Alex, pit road's going to be a busy place, I'm assuming.
Yeah, for sure. I think almost everyone pitted.
Well, a great run to start the race, but then it was followed up with a wild crash there. The green flag is back in the air. There was a problem for Chris Ryan in the 1 car. I think that he forgot to hit the pit button, or he missed it, so he's going to lift and let the field go. He led a couple of laps under caution, but now falls in line at the back. Everyone is still on the lead lap. Everyone's got a shot to win this thing. 24 cars on the racetrack.
I don't know. I honestly don't know why Chris did that. It's 2 laps to go on the stage. I would have tried to hang on.
Oh, wow, yeah, I certainly would have as well. Unless he's somehow short on tires and fuel, you're right, I would have done it as well. But 2 laps to go in the stage. We're hearing from in-race reporter Alex Tesdall, and that's why he's so handy and valuable to have here in the booth with us now. The white flag being shown to the leaders. Aaron Garcia leads. He's got a comfortable cushion over this battle here for 2nd. Charles Jackson clears Landon Jenkins, drifted up in front of him. Landon ran into the back of him. It slowed his momentum a bunch, and it allowed Josh Colm-Diaz in the red, number 7 Chevy, to jump to the bottom for 3rd. Wild side-by-side battles for position all the way from 3rd all the way back on to 21st, and they're coming to the start-finish line. Aaron Garcia is going to win the stage, and a wild battle for position behind him. Looked like Charles Jackson in 2nd and Josh Colm-Diaz in 3rd, and perhaps Landon Jenkins in 4th. We'll get the top 5 from Alex Tesdall whenever he's done with his pit adjustments.
Top 5 is Black Cross, King Henry, NASCAR King, Bold Pluto, and XD.
And it was Ethan Hoekstra getting the final stage point. The top 5 get those stage points, and the stage winner gets that valuable playoff point. We're getting word Jordan Roughton in the 18 is off the racetrack and done for the day. And there is the youngster in the number 68 Chevy Camaro, sponsorless entry. Ethan Hoekstra driving for Bold Pluto Motorsports. Found victory lane 2 times in the 2022 NASCAR Novice Cup Series season. Having a good run so far. Trey Hollywood having a good run as well. Kevin Tattersall in the 15, former top 50 ranked driver here on the NASCAR Heat Games, not having the start to this race he was hoping for. He's been mired in traffic, stuck outside the top 10, but has a strong car and has great talent. Sure, he'll be up there near the end. The green flag has been shown. Hayden Cody and Alex Tesdall lead them into turn 1. And a big shove from the 9 to the 22. They both gathered it up. Alex is going to hold on to 2nd. The top 3 at the top 5, 6 have now separated themselves and singled out to single file. And Aaron Garcia goes to the outside looking for 2nd. Alex kind of found the inside grass a little bit. Landon Jenkins gets put into the outside wall. I don't know if he went there on his own or if he had help, but nevertheless he drops outside of the top 10. And stuck in a 3-wide battle back here deep in the field. Contact between he and the 66 of Donnie McBride Jr. And now they all gather it up and hold on, but at the end of it all, Landon Jenkins drops outside of the top 5. Now fights his way back inside the top 10. And it is a hornet's nest from about 5th place on back. They're still stacked up 2 wide and now 3 wide down the front straightaway. 24 cars in this race when we started, and we have 22 left on the racetrack, and they're all not given an inch. We're in stage 2, round 20 of the 2023 MotorMaster season. And there's a lot of hungry drivers with no wins yet this year that are always finding themselves up there with a shot to win. And could tonight be the night here at Gateway? Someone parks in the victory lane for the first time. We have a huge crash deep in the field. And then another separate one with Dustin Franklin in the 07, but we have a caution, don't we, Alex?
Yep, yellow's out.
And the crash, the first one, the crash, it was Stephen Corley, Dustin Franklin, Kenny Adair, and Timmy Brown all involved in that one. Somebody got crossed up and went nose first into the outside wall, suffered severe damage to the front end of that car, and yeah, that's definitely what drew the caution. Some of these drivers had nowhere to go, and they all piled in. And Alex, we've had a couple of good long green flag runs to start this race so far, but we've also seen two huge crashes, and I guess that's just kind of the recipe you're going to get when there's 24 cars in one race.
Yeah, and it seems like as of right now, no one really wants to give an inch, so it's gonna result in a couple of yellows.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. For the most part, though, these drivers doing a great job, all things considered. It's a kind of a short track, a weird banked track, and 24 drivers out there. Green flag back in the air. Dustin Hardy, Landon Jenkins, Aaron Garcia, Aiden Cody, Charles Jackson, Alex Tesdall, the front three rows. Ray Hollywood, Dustin Franklin, Josh Colombiez, all drivers just barely either in or outside the top 10. They're battling hard back there, 2 and 3 wide. A couple of blocks being made. Josh Colombiez blocks Donnie McBride Jr. That allowed Sean Lucas in the 51 to get alongside and take the position away. We have a spin deep in the field. It's Rush Downing in the number 90 Chevy Camaro for Rockstar Racing. We also have Charles Jackson in the 66 car out of control on the back straightaway. He's going to fall outside the top 10. And I didn't see exactly what happened deeper in the field there, but in the end result was Rush Downing getting spun all on his own. We are going to stay green for the time being. Rush has gathered it back up and is about a full straightaway behind your race leader, Landon Jenkins. Kenny Adair just hit the wall head on and came to a sliding stop near the entrance to turn 1. And that was a heavy, heavy hit. We're going to stay green again as it was a single car incident. Landon Jenkins continuing to lead. Got a mirror full of Aaron Garcia and Aiden Cody side by side for that position. Chris Ryan got loose coming out of turn 4. He was running 12th at the time. And now Aiden Cody goes up and bounces off the wall in turn 1. Keeps it right there with the front 2, but definitely when you hit the wall like that a couple of times, it wears the tires out a little bit. And at a track like Gateway that chews tires, that's definitely not what you want, especially when it comes to the final stage. This is stage 2, but it's just things to think about in terms of strategy for the young driver, Aiden Cody in the 16 from this point forward. Throwing it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall, who's running in the top 10. Alex, how many laps to go in stage 2, and how's the car feeling, buddy?
We got 7 to go. The car's a little tight, but I think it'll swing my way if its final stage goes long, and it's actually calmed down for the most part for now.
Best of luck to you. 6 laps remaining now in stage 2. Getting word from in-race reporter Alex Tesdall. We're getting down to crunch time here for the second stage. Top 5 get those stage points. Stage winner gets the valuable playoff point. But even if you're lined up behind the top 5, at this point you want to get the best track position you can, have the best starting spot you possibly can for the restart in the final stage. Get yourself as close to the leader as possible. Got to make a run for it at the very end. All of these drivers in your camera view here are running from about 6th all the way back to 20th. They're all still lined up in the same group with each other. Great action here at Gateway. Round 20. The 2023 NASCAR MotorMaster Series season hosted here on NASCAR Heat 5, 6th annual calendar year of us hosting a MotorMaster Series season on a NASCAR Heat game in these Xfinity cars. It's the second tier of the top 3-tier levels of NOSSCAR on NASCAR Heat games. Platinum Cup, MotorMaster, and the Tailgate Truck Series. Tailgate Truck Series, of course, hosted on Tuesday nights. Some of those races coming your way on the NASCAR Series Racing YouTube channel. And we have a new race leader. We missed it. We were kind of going through the field a little bit.
Got a yellow stage over.
And the stage has come to an end, so it was a good time for a lead change if you're the driver of the 9 car anyways. Aaron Garcia is going to pick up the Stage 2 win. Landon Jenkins is going to finish in second. And both stage wins go to the driver of the 9. Aiden Cody in the 16 finishes the stage in third. Alex, don't forget your pit adjustments, but who do you have in 4th and 5th? Was it Trey Hollywood in the 92 in 4th?
Yes, and GCJ in 5th.
How about it, folks? Trey Hollywood making a run for it here. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. finishing in 5th in the stage. Josh Colm-Diaz, Dustin Hardy, Alex Tesdall, Harold Burden, and Dustin Franklin rounding out the rest of the top 10. They don't get stage points, but it's important to mention those drivers. They're up there within striking distance of winning this race. Green flag is back in the air. You've got what you got at this point. Final stage. How long's the stage, Alex? What's the strategy?
I'll let you know when we hit the line.
No problem.
It's kind of a hornet's nest.
And the battle for the lead is on. The 9 and the 10 with Trey Hollywood right behind him. Aaron Garcia trying to hold off Landon Jenkins. Aaron's won both stages. 50 laps to go. Which means these drivers will need to pit once. If we go green the rest of the way from here, they're getting about 33 laps on fuel, but some of them might be getting less on tires. We'll monitor that as we go along. Whoa, and Dustin Hardy in the 44 running in 4th just slid up the hill and bumped into the 16 of Aiden Cody. Aiden's going to drop outside the top 5. Dustin advances to 4th. Josh Colm-Diaz advances with them to the 5th place position. Battles all over the racetrack from about 7th on back to an 18th. They are glued to each other. 24 cars started this race, 22 of them left on the racetrack. All 22 of those cars are still on the lead lap and in contention here to have a good night. Oh, and a dive bomb effort there by Jesse Carlson in the 20. Minor contact with the 07 of Dustin Franklin. They're going to stay side by side going down the back straightaway. This battle is for position outside of the top 10. Both of them not lined up on the grid where they wanted to be for the beginning of this final stage. Both of them have a bit of work to do if they want to get themselves in contention to win. But they're knocking on the door of having a good points night as well. The competition is so stiff and so evenly matched and so high here in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series. They're all so tightly bunched together after the qualifying lap times and things like this. They're so evenly matched that going out there and getting a top 10 is a pretty big accomplishment and a good points day for one of these drivers. Kevin Tattersall, longtime veteran of the NASCAR Heat games, formerly one of the top 50 ranked drivers, arguably on NASCAR Heat games, runs just outside of the top 12 right now in this race and has been kind of running there all race long. Has been very respectful to these full-time drivers. Kevin, of course, has a win in the 2023 NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series this year, winning the Tailgate 250 at Daytona. Here comes the pack, and we'll give you a bit of an idea on the distance in between all of them. Here comes the rest of the top 10, and the drivers outside the top 10. Everyone on the same straightaway as one another for the most part. And a bold block there. Donnie McBride Jr. trying to hold Chris Ryan in the one car behind him, and now major contact between the two. I think Chris Ryan took exception to whatever happened there, and now Donnie McBride Jr. is hitting the brakes right in front of him, and they're still making contact with each other on the front straightaway. Definitely not what you want to see happen on the racetrack. And now Jesse Carlson, I'm not sure if there was contact between Jesse and the one of Chris Ryan or not, but there was definitely contact between Jesse Carlson and the 66 of Donnie McBride Jr. And Donnie got the worst end of the deal. Heavy front end damage to that Toyota Supra. Coming out here part-time for Juicy J Motorsports. And now Jesse Carlson was actually stopped and parked on the back straightaway a moment ago, and there was more contact between the two. So there could be some drivers getting some penalties out of this at the end of the race. Jesse Carlson in the 20 with a heavy hit there to the 66 of Donnie McBride Jr. They're teammates, and they're going at it at Gateway. And contact as well between the 1 and the 66. Chris Ryan as well being reviewed after some of these incidents. And nevertheless, we stay green. It was not a big enough crash to cause the third caution of the race for an on-track incident.
Sounds pretty wild and crazy towards the back.
Yes, Alex, it indeed was. There was some contact there, and I'm not sure if there was contact between the 1 and the 20, which sent the 20 into the 66, or if it was just the 20 who take an exception to something that we missed earlier. But yeah, there was heavy contact, and Donnie McBride Jr. got the worst end of the deal. If you see a 66 car, the Timmy Hill machine, yeah, look out. You might not be very happy. Alex, you got the car up in the top 10. You're looking pretty strong. You just got a bump there from Ethan Hoekstra. He charged an extra car length or two in there to get you and do that. But other than that, how's your race going so far? How does the car feel? You got to be pretty happy with where you're running.
Yeah, the car's probably... Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was not good.
Car's got about top 10 pace, but still a little on the tight side, but it's slowly coming to me, and that's what I was hoping for.
And I'm glad the car's coming to you. Not sure what the contact was about there. Ethan Hoekstra in the 68 getting very aggressive. A little too aggressive, given the bumper there to Alex Tesdahl. Alex now drops just barely outside the top 10, but he's got top 10 pace. And you're right, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. has crashed on the back straightaway. I don't know what happened to him. I didn't see it at all. He had to have had help. I just don't know from who. Now, after his issues earlier in this race, Jesse Carlson is going to go one lap down to your race leader, Aaron Garcia. And Donnie McBride Jr. is still stopped in the infield grass down there. And I gotta wonder if he was involved with Jeffrey Robinson Jr. I'm not sure what happened there between those two. There is Donnie, had a strong qualifying effort for this. He's a former NASCAR Eldora Dirt Derby winner in the Truck Series. It's a crown jewel event that we run every year, and he won a 28 truck race there at Eldora Speedway. Not having the race he wanted here at Gateway. Should kind of reset things a little bit. We're working the final stage. 24 cars started the race, and now Kevin Tattersall has pulled off the racetrack, it appears, and is done for the day. So we have 22 cars left on the racetrack, and not all of them are now on the lead lap. For a long time, every car that was left in the race was on the lead lap and in contention still to have a good night, and now some of these drivers having some serious problems in the final stage of this 90-lap event at Worldwide Technology Gateway Raceway. couple of cars coming to pit road to fix the heavy damage they have. And I think we're at the point now where if you do pit, you can make it to the end from here. Alex, what do you think about that?
I think you can make it on fuel, but I'd be a little bit worried about tires if you went in this early.
Fair enough. So the fuel window is open. The tire window might not be open yet, or it's a bit of a risky move to short pit at this time. Let us know how many laps to go at the line, Alex.
35. Yeah, the fuel window was like barely open, but tires might be open.
Yeah, so some of these drivers who are pitting to fix their damage definitely risk running out of fuel or tires before the end of this race, but evidently the damage was slowing them down enough to the point where they would prefer to come and fix the car and try to see what they can get out of this and salvage out of this as the race goes along. You got the 22 car running in P10, if I'm not mistaken. Alex, how's the car feel?
P11, and the car feels alright.
Seems like everybody is so evenly matched in this race. Is that kind of the vibe you're getting as well? It just seems like always there's 10 cars battling on the same straightaway.
Yes, and it's, you know, a little tricky to pass here, at least cleanly. So, track position means a lot.
It's been an exciting race to watch from up here, that's for sure. And now Chris Ryan puts Alex Tesdall in the wall coming out of turn 4. Did he get tight, or did that look intentional?
Looked intentional, and then he just decided not to turn when he got to my door.
Yeah, some of these guys.
I don't know for sure, but it looked like it was.
Some of these drivers getting a little too aggressive here in the final stage, really pushing hard. Chris Ryan's already under review for something, and now under review for a second incident. And they're still all chasing the points leader and the pole sitter, Aaron Garcia in the 9, who's opened up a sizable lead. About a 3.5, 4-second lead over Landon Jenkins in the 10.
The one tried the wall ride going into turn 1 and left it.
Well, it serves him right, because that would have been a penalty. Landon Jenkins scored in second in the number 10 car, the black and lime green Chevy Camaro that Matt Smith made famous here in the world of NOSSCAR anyways, and the car Ross Chastain made famous in real-life NASCAR Xfinity racing. Josh Colm-Diaz in the red number 7 scored in third. I said it at the top of the broadcast and before the broadcast began that he is low-key, super talented, super strong here at Gateway, one of the 3 tracks he always circles on his calendar. Coming into the season, he has scored in third, looking for that first win of the season. And another driver looking for his first win of the season in the MotorMaster Series is Aiden Cody in the 16. He runs in the 4th position. And there's Charles Jackson in the 66 car running in 5th. Battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th looks like this. Dustin Hardy in the 44, working to the inside of Harold Burden in the 47. They both have Trey Hollywood in that orange number 92 Chevy Camaro right behind them. Trey got stage points earlier in this race, as did Harold Burden in one of the stages. Both of them having a solid race. I believe Chris Ryan has been on and off pit road for his scheduled service in the final stage, repaired any damage he had, but as a result, he is now 1 or 2 laps down to your race leaders. It looked like Timmy Brown in the number 19 Toyota Supra was either on pit road for service or perhaps parked and done for the day. Donnie McBride Jr. in the 66 car, after being involved in a couple of different incidents in tonight's event, is now on pit road and done for the day as well. So 24 cars started the race, 20 of them left on the racetrack, still battling here for positions. Round 20 of the 2023 MotorMaster Series season, hosted here on NASCAR Heat 5, and it's been an exciting one. It always is when we come here to Gateway. A couple of different grooves that you can run. A track that really eats the tires, so it makes for an interesting race from start to finish in all of the fuel runs here, because these cars really change the way that they handle so much from the start of a run to the end of a run. So we have the whole comers and goers situation. Some of these drivers kind of run mid-pack or at the back and start working their way forward. You can really tell who has the short run car and long run cars, is my point. And Harold Burton in the 47 car is going to surrender a top 10 position to come to pit road. And Aaron Garcia continues to lead. We're going to continue to monitor the leaders to see when they come down for that pit stop here in this final stage. Landon Jenkins still in second. Josh Colm-Diaz is still in third. Aiden Cody is still in fourth. Charles Jackson gaining on the rest of the top five. Runs in fifth. Kind of closing in on the drivers running second, third, and fourth. Justin Hardy scored in sixth, and Trey Hollywood scored in seventh. Both having great races. Ethan Hoekstra running in eighth. Getting word Aiden Cody in the 16 car is coming to pit road, and he is. He surrenders a top five spot and comes in for his scheduled service. It's also going to be interesting, Alex, to see where everybody cycles out of and shuffles back out onto the racetrack after these pit stops. Some of them are short pitting, so they might be able to undercut some of their competition and gain a spot or two, but then it'll be interesting to see if anyone can run them down throughout the rest of the race, having 2 or 3 lap pressure tires.
Yeah, it definitely will be interesting to see, because, like, yeah, you might be able to get a big undercut at the same time. This track chews up them tires. I don't know which one's a better way to go.
Exactly. I don't know. In my opinion, in all the heat races I've done, Alex, I would stay out as long as I can. I'd run the tires dry, run the fuel tank dry, and then bring it on in.
Yeah, it might be better to run as long as you can and have a shorter run to the end, loosen it up with some fresh tires to try to fly.
Exactly. You might even get a better read on how much fuel you need exactly to get to the end, and you might be able to take a bit less fuel on your pit stop and have a lighter car and therefore a faster car.
There's that too, yeah.
That's one advantage as well to running the fuel tank dry. You get a really good idea about how much fuel you really do need, and if there's a way for you to take a little bit less but still make it comfortably to the end. It's often the smart strategy. Now Josh Colm-Diaz surrenders third, and he comes to pit road. The number 7 Chevy Camaro for Timac Motorsports. In the top 5 in the point standings, but no wins this season. Always has Gateway circled on his calendar, looking to change the winless stat here tonight. You might need a caution though, and I only say that because of the blistering speed that we have seen from the 9 car of Aaron Garcia. He has not come to pit road yet, but he's got about almost the full length of a straightaway of a lead over the drivers running second and third. And now it's only the driver running second that's about a straightaway behind him, because Josh has come to pit road in the 7. It's Landon Jenkins in the 10 running second, about the full length of the front straightaway behind your race leader, Aaron Garcia. The speed that Aaron has brought here to Gateway is just, it's incredible. He didn't have the run he was hoping for at Road America. Still had a great top 5 finish, but for his expectations, especially on a road course, it's not the run he was hoping for. He always wants to get those wins on the road courses, and rightfully so. He always has a shot at it. So after that, and maybe after having an engine failure at Kentucky, after winning the pole and not getting to run a single lap in the race, this just might be the fire that was lit under the driver's seat of Aaron Garcia. Might have been all the motivation that he needed for this race. 2 bad races in a row, so he came out strong at Gateway. He's putting a lap on Rush Downing in the 90. He does so, and now comes up on the back bumper of the 1, and that is his teammate, Chris Ryan. And Dustin Hardy in the 44 comes to pit road, surrenders a top 5 spot. Before the cycle of pit stops began, he was running in 7th. So when it all cycles out, he's going to be in the top 10 still, but he might lose a spot or two to some of the drivers who maybe short pit him. But again, like Alex and I were talking about, the good news for him is he'll have those fresher tires from here to the finish, unless a caution comes out. The field's pretty spread though, Alex. Do you think we'll stay green the whole way?
Yeah, at this point in the race, we're spread out enough where I don't think we'll see a yellow unless someone makes a drastic mistake.
Yeah, I agree with you. How many laps do we have left here?
18 will be 17 when the 9 hits the line.
So 17 laps to go. Thank you, Alex. Now that a lot of pit stops have taken place here, it's kind of tough for me to figure out who is running where, but I know that Aaron in the 9 has not made his pit stop yet. Landon Jenkins in the 10 has not made his pit stop yet. And there are several others, and we just saw Chris Ryan in the 1 car drive hard into the side of Kenny Adair in the 94. Both of them bounced off each other and no caution came out. That would have changed everything.
I believe the 9, I believe everyone has made their pit stop now.
Oh, the 9 and the 10 have been there, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed it. So we have under 15 laps to go, and you got what you got. And the top 3 has not changed. Aaron Garcia in the 9, Landon Jenkins in the 10, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. The only thing is, unless we see a caution, it looks like Aaron's got this one. He's got a huge lead over the rest of the field. Has the tires and fuel to get to the finish, from what we understand, and he's got one more car in front of him that he's going to need to put a lap down. It's Ethan Hoekstra in the 68 car, who was running in the top 10 before the cycle of pit stops began. And Ethan's going to pull down to the inside and let the leader go. A classy move by the young driver, the rookie driver in the 68 car, still looking for sponsorship. And there's a good shot of the 10. It's Landon Jenkins. 2 wins for him this season. 2nd in the point standings. Running in 2nd in this race. Hoping for a caution to have another crack at it for Aaron Garcia. Josh Colm-Diaz running in 3rd. No wins this season. 5th in the point standings. Having a good year as always. Always a high hope and a strong driver to get to the Final 4 or the round of 8. A consistent seasoned veteran driver that'll get you top 5s, a win or 2, and make a deep run in the playoffs. He's going to work to the inside of the lap machine of Kenny Adair. He'll pick up that position. Charles Jackson in the 66 car runs in 4th. Having a good night here at Gateway. And if I'm not mistaken, it is Aiden Cody in the 16 scored in 5th. Now Jesse Carlson in the 20 just in front of him, but I believe Jesse is trapped 1 lap down after getting involved in a big crash with Donnie McBride Jr. and a couple of others. And there's Aiden running in the 5th position. And Juicy J, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., is the next driver in line, and I believe he's running in the 7th position. Remember, he's short pit, having serious front-end damage after getting involved in some sort of crash that we only caught the tail end of it on our cameras. We don't exactly know what happened at the beginning of the incident to Jeffrey Robinson Jr., and now he's probably close to making it on fuel and tires from this point, judging by how early he came to pit road. But if he can somehow make it and turn this bad day into a decent day and get a top 10 finish, that would be a huge step in the right direction and a good way to salvage his night. Jeffrey has had a rough night here tonight on MotorMaster Monday. Sitting 6th in the point standings coming into tonight here in the MotorMaster Series. No wins, but a stage win and a couple of strong top 5 finishes. Has a couple playoff points, and now he's going to bring the number 61 Toyota Supra to pit road. You were right, Alex. He pit way too soon, but he had to. He had so much damage. I really don't blame him, but that is a heartbreaking situation. He's going to come down pit road. 3 bad races for him tonight. I guess you can toss the Road America race into the good category, though. I believe he got a top 7 finish there. But 3 races where something bad has happened to him that was not at all of his doing or his fault, that he has needed to battle through to try to claim a good finish, and he's going to claim 1 good finish out of tonight. We're all still chasing Aaron Garcia in the 9. Pole sitter and points leader. It's got to be under 10 to go now, right, Alex?
Yeah, coming to 8 to go. Or 7 to go for Aaron.
After the shuffle of pit stops and everything like that, where are you running, and what do you think of your strategy? Was it the right call?
Yeah, I'm currently running P10, and that's about the pace I had, so I'll take it.
Yes, you are, just in front of Trey Hollywood in the 92 and Sean Lucas in the 51, further away down the back straightaway. It looks like you're going to hang on for this top 10 as well. That's the kind of runs you need to make a run for the playoffs, turn bad days into good days, decent days into good days. Yeah, what a race this has been. 24 cars started this race. It was a 90-lap event here at Worldwide Technology Gateway Raceway, here on NASCAR Heat 5. And it's coming to an end. We have under 5 laps remaining. The leader is Aaron Garcia. He is also the points leader and the pole sitter for this race. He's coming up to put a lap on Sean Lucas in the 51, who has scored in 12th. This goes to show how strong he's been and the pace that he has been setting here in the final stage. Sean Lucas, a long-time NOSSCAR driver, started with us back on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. He's going to go up to the outside and let the leader go by, or so I thought. But he got a super run coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway and was able to stay in front of the leader. The good news for the 9, he has nothing to worry about. He has about a full straightaway lead over Landon Jenkins in the number 10 Chevy Camaro. Josh Colm-Diaz running in 3rd. Looks like he's going to finish there as well. Charles Jackson in the 66 runs in 4th. Everybody is pretty much spread out at this point. Everyone's got a pretty darn good idea as to where they're going to finish here in round 20 of the MotorMaster Series season in 2023. 2 to go at the line this time by for the leader, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alex.
3 to go for the leader.
3 to go. And again, if the only thing that's going to change this now is a caution. A strong race from wire to wire for the driver of the 9. Led the most laps, won the pole. Won both stages. Looking to claim his 5th win of the season. Matt Smith holds the record for the most wins all time in the NOSSCAR MotorMaster Series with 26. Aaron Garcia looking to take another step closer towards that. One of the most winningest drivers in the NASCAR MotorMaster Series history that are still actively competing year after year. We are in our 6th annual NASCAR MotorMaster Series season, driving Xfinity cars on a NASCAR Heat game. And the record books change drastically by the year because these drivers we have here in today's MotorMaster Series season are so talented and so evenly matched. It's so exciting to watch week after week. And we saw another exciting one here tonight at Gateway. Aaron Garcia looking to hang on for another lap. Is he coming around to the checkers this time?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, he did it. After a rough race at Kentucky and a wild fuel strategy race at Road America that did not go his way, Aaron Garcia bounces back and wins the Power Tools 150 at Gateway. 5th win of the season. And maximum playoff points for him in this race. It's also his 12th career NASCAR MotorMaster Series win.
There was a big wreck coming to the line, and okay.
Yeah, you're right. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. was involved. Trey Hollywood needed to make a wild move to miss it. That was crazy. What a race and what a finish. And we have them in here with us. We have a couple of the front runners in here with us. And don't forget photos of the results, Alex. All 23. Post-race interviews have begun. Joining me first, the driver finishing in 2nd, and that is the driver of the number 10 Chevy Camaro for Bold Pluto Motorsports, Landon Jenkins. Strong run for you, buddy. A great battle for the stage wins and for the race win with Aaron Garcia. Take us through your race and tell us how you were able to pull off a podium finish here tonight. It looked like a lot of fun. It was fun to watch from up here in the booth, that's for sure. Is there anything that you could have done differently to change the outcome of the race and try to run down Aaron at the end? Well, congrats on a strong run tonight and a great points night for you here tonight in round 20 at Gateway. And Shadow or Pluto, can one of you invite Josh Colm Diaz into the chat here? He finished in 3rd. I'll give him an interview as well.
Yes, I can do that.
And to victory lane we go. The driver of the number 9 has done it again. 5th win of the season for Aaron Garcia. And it was a strong run for him here tonight at Gateway, winning the pole, winning both stages, leading the most laps, and then parking it in victory lane. Honestly, Aaron, I don't know if there was anyone that could have battled with you for this one. And if they could, they lost sight of you. They just lost touch with you, and they were battling for position, and you drove away. Walk us through your race. Your car was lightning fast. How were you able to keep it up there and keep it in the lead or the top 3 all race long, and keep from getting shuffled back like most other drivers had to overcome?
Yeah, it was a good race overall. My car was perfect all race. It was not too tight or too loose. I could dive into the corners and drive it and get a good exit out and dive into the turns and under people without going up. I was able to hold on to the bottom, and that's how I was able to stay up there.
Yeah, you seem to have great track position all race long, and I think that's what separated you from the rest of the field. If you were able to stay up in the lead or in the top three at all times, whereas a lot of these other drivers, they would make a pass and then get past. They would make two passes and then get past. It was hard for these drivers to maintain their track position. How did you go about preparing for this race and studying the tire wear and things like that?
Honestly, I was not studying the tire well. I was just full on driving it because I knew tires. We had to pit one time, and we did. We were gonna make it on gas and tires. So I was just full on driving, not saving gas, not saving tires, and I was able to stay up there.
5 wins this season for you. You've got the points lead. What do you think of your chances winning the regular season championship with only 6 more regular season races?
I feel confident. I've done it before, so I feel like I can do it again.
Awesome stuff. Congratulations, buddy. This was an exciting 24-car race to watch. That was great.
Thank you.
And do we have Josh Colm-Diaz in the booth?
Nah, I believe he's already signed off for tonight.
That makes sense. Lately, he's had to get off early for work, so I completely understand, and that is completely okay. Shout out to Josh Colm-Diaz, the driver of the number 7 Chevy Camaro, for finishing in 3rd here in tonight's event at Gateway. And we should also give a shout out to the driver of the number 21 Chevy Camaro, Stephen Corley, for finishing in 3rd at Kentucky earlier tonight. We did not get a post-race interview with him. We do apologize for that, and we wanted to send our congratulations to him as well. It's a playoff point. The top 3 at the end of these races get playoff points. 3 for the winner, 1 for 2nd, 1 for 3rd. And that's going to do it, folks. That ends our night of MotorMaster activity. Another MotorMaster Monday in the history books. And it was a lot of fun. Jesse Carlson winning at Road America. That video will be uploaded to the channel later tonight from my onboard view, as yours truly was driving the number 8 Chevy Camaro. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, that includes Aaron Garcia, our in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall, and yours truly, we are saying so long, and until next Monday, stay fast, folks.